Someone's asking me a question that I'm going to toss over to somebody else here about a tie once somebody wins. I'm not sure that, well, we obviously have to do it because the prize levels are different. Do we have a tiebreaker explanation for those that are curious?
Well,
gentlemen,
it is a tiebreaker should never be able to happen in the Settlers of Catan because it's the first player to reach 10 points on their turn. So if multiple people have 10 points, it can only still be one player's turn.
No, the question is more pertinent to second, third, and fourth. Let's say a 10, 8, 8, 7 finish. How do we determine second and third place?
Right. What we do is traditionally we've just simply gone off their seeding. So it's 2 people at 9 points. The higher seeded of the 2 people from the tournament rounds gets the tiebreaker. So again, seeding in the tournament round is a very important piece moving forward.
Right, so there's your answer for those that asked how we take care of a tie, particularly in the final game. And Ronan, I'm not going to go there.
One of the things that was mentioned earlier, as far as which to investigate sponsoring a European feeder tournament, one of the people from Cosmos here is actually the person who invented it, which is Katja Hermich, and we can certainly the email that you'd be using is pretty simple. It's Catan_DM, so CATAN_DM @cosmos.de. And that gets you in touch with Katja, and she would be able to provide you with details as far as what a qualifying tournament in Europe would look like. So it's been great having over 200 people watching us on live stream right now, and we thank you for joining us for the broadcast of the 2012 Catan World Championships. It's like I said, it's the first time we've done this kind of thing, and in any elaborateness, it's certainly this elaborate. And so far, I feel like we've at least held it together long enough. We haven't run screaming, and we haven't set anything on fire yet. So
not
it's
yet.
a win in my book.
Yeah.
We have is that the longest road or largest army card in there?
Joe Chan looks like one of the 2-point parties.
Longest road.
He has picked up longest road.
Okay. Yes, the whole streaming thing, our friends at Pulp Gamer proposed this to us a little while ago, and frankly that has the shortest lead time. They only had about 3 or 4 months to put this all together, and considering all the technology involved and all the equipment involved and everything else, they really did a darn good job on this.
No, they have absolutely done a fantastic job here.
And we will continue to do this as we get better at it, as we find more things to live stream from. We did do a little bit of a test back at Gen Con, although it wasn't very well announced. But we will be doing more of those kinds of live stream events as we have the opportunity to do so. Ooh, and it's 11 behind the podium. What is he doing up there? He got 3 settlements up there, or a city and 2?
He has a city and 2 settlements around that 11. Not to mention he has a settlement there.
On the wood there, yes. Yeah. So he's got a lot of road, and then here comes that road building that Alex was talking about with all that clay and a little bit of wood.
So just then it looks like he's picked up 5 wood on that 11 roll.
And it's pretty amazing. Again, we started so many of our conversations with the idea that the importance of probability, but you never know what a die roll is going to do to you at the end of the day, to you or for you.
Yes. Yes, Ronan, there is another small expansion coming out. Look for it to show up in the next couple of 2-3 weeks. We're just finishing up the rules now.
All right. So we are dancing on the edge of the potential end of the game. And we've just gotten an update here. Bill's got that in his hands.
Justinas has now also built 2 additional roads to give himself the longest 2 points associated with the longest road card. This gives him 9 points, so he is 1 point away from being the world champion. The other players do have 5 points each.
That's amazing. He just stole the longest road and took the lead by 4 points.
So while we have a moment, perhaps before we get to the end of this game, I'd like to go and recognize the other semifinalists from today that are not playing in the final round but did make it into the top 16 and played for the chance to play in the game today. So David Salskar from Norway was our 5th seeded, and this list is certainly it's a wonderful mix of people. It shows just how international Settlers of Catan is. So David Salskar, Ricky Zappia from Australia, Luis Diego Montesoto from Costa Rica, William Benvenuto from Italy, Evan Walters from the U.S., Erwin Paulson from the Netherlands, Bijan Medinejad from the U.K., Michal Dumitru from Romania, Maury Solberg from Finland, Manuel Catarino from Portugal, William Barbosa from Brazil, and Vincent Gan from Singapore, or our 5th through 16th place contestants. And everyone, certainly everyone that has played in the tournament, all 42 contestants, received a gift bag and some nice items when they arrived here. And of course, the top 16 will all receive some small prizes as well. And then, of course, top 4 we have trophies and some other special prizes for as well. So certainly, the prestige of playing in the semifinals of the Worlds, is the recognition that you are in the true elite of Catan players worldwide, and there's certainly no shame in being the top 16 player of a game as popular as Settlers of Catan, on an international stage.
Absolutely not. It's quite an honor. Maybe we could get a hidden development card count at this point. With Justinas being 1 point away, we can get a gauge of what the other players are point-wise, or the potential for points.
Yeah, I just got a feeling this is going to end
there
really
are
quick.
a number of face-down development cards. If you look at certainly Herbert is still sitting with two long, two down. And the 2 knights still face up, so he's right on that verge of largest army. So,
Okay, here we're starting to
He has
count.
no face-down cards. That's important. He has nothing hidden to eventually reveal that if he had been able to win previously. Anyway, Orange Rider is still sitting on three cards right now. He's got 3 development cards showing. And White has 1 up and 1 down. So Chiwan has 1 development card down and 1 development card, 1 knight up. So really, Rider is the question mark. 3 development cards face down, and he's been sandbagging at least 2 of those for quite a while.
Well, just so you all notice what's going on here right now, Chiwan is lobbying the other 2 contestants who are at 5 with him to try and conspire now against our friendly Lithuanian who is just running away with this thing, and he's like, we've got to work together here to make sure he doesn't win on the next turn. So he's been lecturing them for a while. Not quite sure how far he got. He's been giving all the reasons on why we shouldn't let this game end right now and let Justinas get the win. I'm not sure how much success he's having, however.
Do need to be wary. There's the other 3 will probably not trade with Justinas for the remainder of the game.
Well, they certainly won't. We know that.
But given that, it could be the potential of trading with somebody else who potentially has 8 points as well. If they could pop up a quick longest road or largest army, that could be a potential 3 to 5 point swing.
Well, that's all I heard about yesterday. Somebody went from 5 to 10 on the last turn, and that was the end of that story. It happened this morning as well. A lot of that going on all weekend.
In fact, what's your standpoint? What's your current point? 5?
It's 9-5-5-5.
So you think about that? Right? got 3 face down cards, and all you have to do is grab one. And certainly large Starmie would be in the realm of the 3 face down. The longest road would be the road getting done, and especially in the flurry of penetrating when you're trying to shut somebody else out. So you can easily jump from 5 to 10.
Reiner doesn't look worried.
Reiner is not in a position to take the longest road anytime soon, unless, of course, he has multiple road building cards. But, of course, every one of those face-down cards is no longer a victory point card.
True. So it's interesting to see how this plays out. But right now, certainly, being at 9 points is a position of strength, no matter how you look at it.
So I believe we had another knight play before the roll of the dice here.
I think so, yes. He played the knight on the 5-4 heads.
On that 5-4, yeah.
And
The roll is an ace.
Both 8s are exposed right now.
Yes. 2 wood to Reiner, 1 to Sinis, and the other 8. There's 2 cities and 1 settlement, so 3 players are getting resources from that. I find this quite interesting that the player whose turn it is standing, and all the other 3 are sitting.
Sort of like a snooker match that we watch on European TV
Exactly.
when we go over there. Yes, if it's not their turn, they're all hanging out, sitting down.
And you're sitting down. So negotiations from a stand-up, sit-down perspective. For which, of course, when the player is done, he sits down, the next person stands up, and just repeats this ritual.
Yes, to answer the supposition on the German question, it's possible that he's got 2 road building cards in his hand, but then he doesn't have the victory points in his hand. But then again, I'm always greedy. If I get road building cards, I play them almost immediately. But then again, I am a road builder.
The element of surprise in this can be very powerful, especially when you're perceived as not being the leader.
Yes, but I'd be scared to death right now if I only had 5 points and somebody else has got 9, even if I had 3 road building cards and there's only 2 in the deck. And we're behind them.
Oh, 6. 6. Ja, ich gucke auch.
So Herbert finally got his 3rd night out.
Yeah, he did play his 3rd night, which now gives him largest army at 7 points. The other 2 at 5.
Reiner
and just finished at 9.
Reiner and Chilai both sitting there at 5 points. I'm sure Reiner's going to go with that.
So the largest army finally came into play.
Man of the hour at the moment. He's 9 points.
Okay, now there's one of Reiner's cards just got exposed. It was a knight.
And once again, authoritatively gets placed down onto the board.
I hope he doesn't break the wooden number chips. I just don't know. So one of his 3 face-down cards was indeed a knight.
So we know that that's not a victory point, and that reduces the chance of jumping.
Yeah, if you don't have to say what you want to do in the next turn, and I don't like people to sorry,
So double 4s, the roll is 8.
Yep. That, of course, benefits Justinas more than anyone else.
Yeah. But Tony made another decision.
Reiner does have 2 settlements around the 8 as well, so he does get 2 points. But it certainly is benefiting the person who does have 9 points.
I think Germany and Austria are having a little bit of negotiation there.
Game 3. Break. 6.
Now, one item that Justinas has in order for him to get to his 10 points, all 5 of his settlements are on the board.